Cookies and cache. Two curiously named concepts that are as yummy and rich as their alter egos. They both enhance your website browsing experience, making it easier and faster. Alright, let's start with cookies. So you might have heard of cookies, not chocolate chip, but internet cookies. And I'm guessing, if you're like me, you have a pretty sketchy understanding of what they do exactly. They've had some bad press in recent years, and deservedly so, but some of the cookie features can be pretty helpful. You can't see them, they are behind the page as it were, but you do need to know what they are up to. The name came from Magic Cookies, which was a tech name given to small files that moved between computers. Abbreviated to cookie, these files were designed to relay information about the computer they were implanted on. However, they have migrated in function to files that capture a lot of information about you, the user. And this has become very helpful to browsers and the major online players. But how much do they know? Well, that's a good point, and we'll cover that particularly thorny issue in the next session. So what are cookies? When you visit a website, that website will implant a small file on your browser cache or on your computer. The idea of cookies that are used by websites, say Amazon, are to understand who you are, on what device you're using, how you use the site, what you buy, how long you stay. All this is very useful information to them. These files that sit on your computer or device keep track of your login and your passwords. So you will have seen some sites that when the page loads, so do your login details and password automatically. And you think, wait a minute, how does that know that? But move quickly to, actually, that's pretty useful and I'm not even sure what the password was for that site anyway. So cookies will remember how you like your particular site organized. They can determine where you are in the world. They capture a great deal of user behavior. Cookies also help websites measure unique visitors. Now, a unique visitor is a new visitor. Not you visiting the same site twice, but two different people visiting the site. Very helpful to the advertising community. Some cookies delete once you close your browser. Others delete after a certain amount of time, a bit like a use by date. Some, however, don't. So with all this information gathering, I'm sure if you've been watching a few of our videos, you'll be thinking, what exactly are they doing with all this information? My information? Well, a lot. These clever websites can track your user behavior and can build anonymous user profiles about you, and based on your user information, categorize you into tightly defined consumer groups, and then sell this information to advertisers. So everything we have discussed up to now relates to first-party cookies. That is, cookies that are implanted on your browser and your computer by the site you are visiting. Twitter, Twitter cookies. Amazon, Amazon cookies. But there are third-party cookies that are also out there gobbling up your information. These are cookies not originating from the website you are using. Third-party cookies are creating issues of ethics on using the internet. These third-party cookies, frequently associated with banner ads, you know, the annoying flashing ones that pop up, actually are hosted on other sites. These banner ads actually drop cookies onto your machine and start tracking all the sites you use, not just the site you are on. That partly explains why you could be incidentally fascinated by, say, the demise of the blue whale, and then later, when back on a site you use often, say Amazon again, conservation banners begin appearing, often featuring whales. Third-party cookies can be relentless and track your activity all over the internet. They create personas of you and sell your information to other advertisers. But what is worse, there is one thing known as cookie theft. Hackers are now stealing your cookie information and have the ability to circumvent the password protocols to access your information behind these password walls. They can get into your shopping carts and bank accounts and other private information. We'll be going into the privacy and ethical issues of cookies in our next video. And so to the other part of this chapter, which was cache. Cache is actually pretty straightforward. When you visit a website, much of the content is put into your computer's cache. So what that means is if you load a page with lots of images and video, this will all load into your cache. Then you might leave the site and return a few hours later. The site will load quickly and can resume your activity, and this is because many of those files on that site are temporarily sitting on your cache, on your computer. They got there the first time you downloaded the site. So in this way, the cache helps you load sites quicker and resume their operation. It essentially means you don't have to re-download from the internet each and every time you visit a site. It's a good feature. Like many other features, you can control how your cache is used. Through most browser settings, there will be controls on how long you keep your information in your cache. clearing your cache out completely and controlling what is held. So that's it regarding cache. It's reasonably straightforward. In the next video, we will discuss managing your cookies and cache and some recent developments about cookies that you need to be aware of.